This week's video, we leave Monastery Bay.
Flat seas, little bit of breeze.
We check into Kos.
Once we got in there, wanted all our documentation again.
We go into the place on Kalymnos that they call Little Norway. And we find another very peaceful and quiet anchorage to sit out a Meltemi. And we strip down the water maker, which has been giving us trouble for the last 2 weeks.
The issue, and it's these O-rings here. They're not actually
This week we leave Symi against the prevailing winds and try to go northwards so that later in the year we can ride those winds south down towards Cyprus. We leave the island of Symi, Monastery Bay, early in the morning and we head generally west, slightly north, towards the island of Kos.
7 o'clock in the morning, the moon is up, the sun is just breaking over the mountains. We are saying goodbye, excuse me, saying goodbye to the windmill. Flat seas, little bit of breeze. And of course, St Michael's the monastery. Everyone else is still asleep. There we go, look, the sun's just coming up over the mountains. This is the best time to sail, in my opinion. Or to make passage, shall we say, in the Med. It's generally fairly flat and smooth, and the wind doesn't get up till about lunchtime or so. And we are heading for Kos. Well, why? Well, because. Yeah, sorry about that. Enjoy the morning. Sail keeps backing. We're on about 6 degrees apparent. And we can sail about 22 degrees apparent with the jib. What we have to do is the leeward line we bring, what we have to do is the leeward sheet will then get tightened as well, and that pulls the back of the sail in, flattens it right out. We can then get down to about 22 degrees apparent, but it's 6 degrees apparent now. As you can see, the main is backing every now and then. We're motoring at about 1800 RPM, and that there in the distance, this is a GoPro camera, so not sure how well you can see that. Let's see if I can zoom in and then zoom out. And we are heading for the island of Kos, which is about 30 miles dead ahead. We've had a series of Meltemis, which are a strong summer wind which blows from the north, predominantly northwest, and that happens all along the southern coastline of Turkey, about down as far as the Marmaris. After that it kind of peters out. But we have about 5 or 6 days of good weather. You can see that the swell, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, the swell's generally about half a metre, so 20 inches or so, with the odd one at a metre. The water is absolutely gorgeously blue. We're motoring at about 6.5 knots, 1800 RPM. Nice clean bottom. Not so clean ultra anchor, look. Ultra anchor is unbelievably good. I always said that about my Manson Supreme, but you know, it's actually a pain in the arse getting it up, because once it digs in, it buries itself, and you literally have to trip it to get it out. You have to go over the anchor and trip it to get it out, because it buries itself so deep. Yeah. Anyway, so we've left the island of Symi. We're heading north as quick as we can during these light wind periods. And the idea is to go to Kos and beyond, and then come back down on the Meltemis, the northerly winds, with coloured sails. That's the idea. So we'll run the cruising chute. Hopefully we'll run the cruising chute. Haven't had it out this year, but look at this water. I'm going to extend the camera so that you can see how blue the water is. You may go upside down for a minute or two. Oh, there you go. That was one of those 1 metre waves, and we cut through them quite well because of the shape of Impavidus bow and our forward section quite sharp. Not as round and as flat as some production boats, but yeah, it's quite sharp. So we tend to, and we've got a virtually plumb bow, so it does cuts through really well. So we are heading in that direction now. This isn't too bad. This is nice and pleasant, as you can see. Cindy's down there. Give us a wave. Are you naked again? She's always naked, that woman. Put away the Greek courtesy flag, because we're actually going to be travelling through Turkish waters. So we have the right under international maritime law to free and unencumbered passage through their waters. It's called the right to innocent passage. However, what we don't want to do is wind people up by having the Greek flag flying at the cross trees. So I've just rolled it up out of courtesy. Don't have to do it, but I have done. I wish we'd done this 20 years ago. And I retired at 55, and I still wish I'd done it 20 years ago. Well, we've made the island of Kos, and this is the next day. It looks like we were the pioneers, the pathfinders. We were here on our own. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 4 this side, 11 boats. We went over last night and had fish and chip in a place called Mary's, which is over there. Really nice. Everybody seems to be swimming this morning. There's a couple of Swedish over there swimming. It's only 7:20 in the morning. We are now going to make our way round to Kos town. A, we need some data, some Greek data, and B, we need to stamp in with the Coast Guard, and also there's a Lidl's there. So sausages, bacon and cheddar at sensible prices, and of course middle row at Lidl's is always worth a good route round. So engine's running, fenders are up, anchor ball down. That's it, ready to go. Wind's getting up already. Right, I can smell curry. I can definitely smell curry.
I'm not making a curry at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you should do. Can't beat a good ruby. Right, let's get on. Back in Kos town after God knows how many years, and guess what? We're going to go and see the Coast Guard man. And we're back again. Side entrance. Just behind the gullets. Go and get our transit logs stamped. This must be a complete waste of time for these guys. All this paperwork, just creating jobs. Oh, hey ho. Up the stairs and away we go. See if we get arrested this time. It's the other end of the Roman ruins. It's somebody's had a tidy up, look. It was kind of in this condition last time we were here. I suppose when you've got so much stuff like this, hello, football there, look. When you've got this much antiquities, you don't really worry about it so much. So back of the Roman ruins, the old castle there, the ferry port there, the wife there, and we're anchored out here. Just going to jump in the tender now and go back. So we managed to get stamped in at the Port Authority, who then, once we got in there, wanted all our documentation again. Why on earth? Well, they wanted all the documentation anyway. The boat papers, the insurance, ID, the boat's registration. I explained we'd already given that because we had got our transit log by producing all of that. And then they promptly stamped everything and said, oh, you don't need to stamp in unless you're actually in the port. If you're at anchor, you don't need to. So we wasted 2 or 3 hours, but we got ashore, stretched our legs a little bit, which is always good. And now, time to get in the tender, go back to the boat. Where are we? There we go. Right.
From Kos town, we headed due north and then west to a small island anchorage. When we got there, it was quite busy, and so we went to Kalymnos and headed for this place, Ormos. They call it Little Norway.
So we left port at 7 this morning, up at 6:30. Trying to upload a video using our Turkish sim, because we are halfway between Turkey and the island of Kos. Say hello, Mame Sob. So this is the island of Kos. We were anchored in there. Some big clouds mustering over the top of the island, and that over there is Bodrum, Turkey. We're out, not quite on the borderline, but fairly near it. We've got a little bit of data left. We only finished the video last night about 10 o'clock after some problems rendering. So there you can see, look, that's us here, that's the border there, Turkey, Kos. We managed to get the data, so it says 1% uploading at the moment, 2.5 hours to go, so not bad. Right, need to get on and do some nav. The wind's got up as we expected. We've been to one island, wasn't a lot of room. TZ were there, they managed to get a spot. It meant us anchoring in 15 metres of water. I prefer not to do that when it's crowded, because you need a good scope out. So anyway, we've come to Kalymnos, and this is Port Vathi, or Vathies. I'm going to go in and have a look. Apparently it's very tight in here, as you can probably see. It looks narrow. Let's show you on the chart. What would you rather be doing? Watching West Ham play, or be out here? But look at that. There's one boat there now. That is lovely. Makes a difference when the wind comes over those hills though. we were going round and round like a top. Hey ho! Well, there we are. That's the water maker in 1,000,001 pieces, maybe 1,000,002. We think we have found the issue, and it's these O-rings here. They're not actually O-rings, they are a hard silicone seal, and the same here. These parts have now been replaced with a different material which is black. Presumably it doesn't break into 1,000,000 pieces.
This is what we ordered from a supplier in Greece. This is what turned up, and everything with a red circle was missing. Now we've sent them these photos, and we've sent them a couple of emails, but so far they haven't got back to us. Let's hope they get back to us in the next week or so, because it was a lot of money.
What are you having to eat?
Pork ribs.
Pork ribs.
Peppers, onions, rice, a few chips, coleslaw, more peppers under there, and pork spare ribs under there. Look at that. What do you reckon?
This is becoming a bad habit. 2 nights on the trot.
It is healthy though, look at all that. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, ding that bell, share with your friends and family or people that might like our videos, and of course visit our website www.impavidus.com. You can always join the Patreon crew for more videos and content. Sail safe.